All right, welcome to the Profit First Show. I'm your host, Jay Askew. If it's your first time here, welcome in. If it's your second, third, fourth, or whatever time tapping in, welcome back. Now, in today's video, in today's show, we're going to be covering 4 separate topics, and they all boil down to the money. All right. If you're new here, you'll know that we have an entrepreneurial mindset. So everything that we're covering in these topics are not only entertaining, but can be financially educating as well, because I don't believe that we have to make our own mistakes in order to learn from mistakes that other people make. You know, a lot of people don't watch videos like this and they miss out on what's happening in the economy and what's happening in the financial world of the US. And guess what? They find out once it's too late. Anyways, we have some topics coming up. We're going to cover 4 topics, and those 4 topics are going to be: a woman is actually fleeing or has already fled the United States and moved to Canada because she thought that the grass was greener on the other side, and she is regretting it, not only emotionally, but financially as well. The second topic is going to be a dad working 40 hours and doing UberEats while having 4 children and a wife. So that's going to be really interesting. And then the third topic is going to be people in the United States are actually noticing that the food is fake. It's not good quality, and they're being poisoned, which is sickening to even think about, no pun intended. But we got to tap into that because, you know, health is wealth. And then the last topic, of course, is what's trending on the internet right now, which is a McDonald's CEO won't even eat his own food. He took like a little baby bite. And at the end of the day, why isn't he eating his own food? We'll find out. All right. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into the first topic. Some ground rules before we even get started. For those of you who do type in the chat, every time that we hit a little segment break, we'll go into the chat, have a great conversation. If you disagree with me, I don't care. If you agree with me, cool. All right. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think. And of course, if you like the content, subscribe if you feel like you would want to see future videos. All right. Let's get into it. Topic number 1 is the woman that's fleeing or has already fled the United States for Canada. All right. Let's see what's going on right here.
I'm going to do something that I've never done before on TikTok, which is tell you where I'm located. I'm a scholar of the far right who has fled the United States to Canada, and I need help. I have been extremely cautious about what I share on here. For scholars of the far right, there's just an understanding that at some point you will receive threats or be doxxed or otherwise have your family threatened. Like, it was just sort of like explained to me when I started by senior scholars that was an expected part of the job. So after my first viral video where I wasn't even talking about my research, but I was experiencing people coming in the comments section giving me those, I've been very cautious. I don't film outside. You don't know my name. You don't know my university. I don't film with my friends. So revealing where I'm located feels very hard. But the situation in Canada is absolutely dire. For Americans who don't know, the housing crisis here is worse than in the United States. I lived in LA for 6 years, and I have not faced rent as bad as here. When my partner, our cat...
I just want to say, for the record, right now, what she's talking about is the rent and how it hasn't been as bad as it is where she is right now. How many of us have heard people complain about how high rent is in the United States? The way I see it is everything goes up in price. Is it fair? No. But there are those that make money and there are those that complain. And you can't be a complainer and one that gains at the same time. If you complain, you stay the same. All right. I learned that years ago. All right. So whenever I feel like complaining, I set a little timer, maybe a mental timer sometimes on my Apple Watch. And I'm like, I'm going to complain about it. But then after a certain time, like 5 or 10 or 15 minutes, I'm out. I'm looking for a solution. I may not want to, but your emotions should not dictate your actions. At the end of the day, most people complain about how high rent is. They look at it as a way for them to cry about how much money they don't make. I see it as a reason to make more money. It's a purpose. It's determination. It's the motivation behind making more money. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below so far. Let's continue.
And our dog fled the United States. We headed north. with the goal of being close to where our families are located, which is on the West Coast. So we are now in British Columbia. More specifically, we are in the Sea to Sky Highway in the Greater Vancouver area. We are attempting to find housing in the western side of this region. My partner and I are here on a visitor visa, which is a 6 months possible stay for Americans. But while you're here on a visitor visa, you can't work. So we are currently surviving off of what savings we could get together before we fled the United States. And that's not.
So imagine moving to a whole nother region because you're complaining about how much it costs to live in that region. And then you move there and you're not able to make more money. Let that sink in. Was this not planned ahead of time? Obviously, it wasn't. Obviously, they thought the grass was greener over in Canada. And I actually read some of the comments on another video reacting to the same video just to see like what was going on. And I was seeing a lot of Canadians talk about how bad the housing market is over there as well. And how she wants to, specifically this woman in this video, wants to use free resources over in Canada. But when it comes down to the United States, a lot of Americans are okay with people just moving to America using the free resources, even though they're not really contributing to that region, to that country. It's despicable work, but hey, let's continue, and then we're going to tap into the comment section. And again, let me know your thoughts on this so far in the comment section down below. I think this is entitlement, and I think a lot of people get themselves warped up into what they don't have instead of actually working to have what they really want or what they feel like they need.
Terribly much. And in Canada, I think it's actually the cost of living crisis is worse here, especially when you are shut out of the healthcare system, when you can't access any of the resources that Canadians have access to. And that's understandable. You know, I'm not a citizen of the country, but it is making the financial situation dire because we can't work. Because there are 2 adults, a cat and a dog, we are looking for more than a room, but 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom for free or below market rates. And I know that's a huge ask, but that's what we need. Canadians have been asking where I'm located and what I need because y'all are such lovely human beings. This is the ask. If you could help me by interacting, reposting this video, I would very much appreciate it to get this out there. As horrified as I am to be revealing my location, because I'm trying to find a way to get us housing. So if you are on Vancouver Island,
imagine living in a country where you're paying for rent and you move to another region in the world and then you can't make money. So you're struggling to find a place to live and then asking other people to help you find a place to live. It's like you're not dodging the problem. You are the problem. I don't care what you think. You are the problem. Whether you think that rent should be this high or that high, you're the problem. If you think it's high, it's not high to someone else making more money. You just got to figure out a different vehicle. Some people win the race by walking. Some people win the race by running. Other people win the race by riding a bike. More people or less people than that win the race by driving a car. Other people, all right, the lesser, they actually win the race by flying a jet. All right. There's multiple ways to win the race. It's just about what vehicle you go in. A lot of the times people trade their time for money. They don't have multiple streams of income. They use their money unwisely. They don't have financial discipline or education. And with the world that we live in, with the amount of information that's out here on the internet, there is no excuse. Let's see what the comment section has to say about this, though. Someone said in the comment section, with 4,000 likes to this comment, someone said, so what you're saying is that the housing crisis is worse in Canada than it is in the United States, but you as an American should be entitled to free or below market value housing, and Canadians isn't? 50 people commented underneath this, but some of these top comments, one person said her inability to recognize her own hypocrisy is remarkable. Another person said, but when she lived in America, she demanded all illegals to receive free benefits, fled, then, check notes, understand she can't receive free benefits in Canada because she isn't a citizen. So it's contradiction. And this is a well-known creator with these type of topics. So this is why people are like voicing their opinions like this, because she's not just someone that's just up here just because she just wanted to leave Canada. She's been voicing her opinion and her viewpoint about multiple things on her page. We're not here to knock her down. I'm just going to call her out for what I see. When you're complaining about your situation that you chose to be in, and you allow other people in the United States, not even allow, but you believe other people should be using the same, I guess, mindset or tactics to come over and use free resources, and then you're complaining, or you're, what? I can't even say that she's really complaining. She's just in a spot to where it's like, why does she believe she gets a certain treatment or deserve lower market value housing when other Canadians who they were born and raised there? It's like, why you? You know what I'm saying? What makes you the chosen one? Another person said with 3,000 likes, I would think a PhD candidate would have been smart enough to look into these issues before going through with moving up there. That's what I said in the beginning. Another person commented underneath that and said hours and hours of studying pretend fascism, but couldn't do simple planning anybody with average IQ could. All right. So I think I've had enough of the comment Kool-Aid right now, because some people can't type. But anyways, let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. Very interesting to see other people, especially Americans, complain about how much it costs. I mean, she said she was living in California. Like, that's one of the most expensive places to stay, period. Especially when you are renting. Like, you know, you can move to another state before you move to Canada. But hey, that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and subscribe if you like the content. Let's get it. All right, my people, we're going to go ahead and move into the second topic of today, which is working 40 hours, all right, and UberEats to take care of a family of 4 and a stay-at-home mom. All right, let's check it out.
Day 3 of UberEats after an 8-hour shift at my job to provide for my 4 kids and stay-at-home wife. Here we go. All right, so I'm on my way to Daytona Beach right now. I did shower, change my clothes, you know, get something to eat, but now I'm ready to go, and yeah, I'm excited to see what the night brings. I'll turn on the app once I get there. So I just hit this random pothole in the road. Definitely hit the bumper of my car, but I don't see any damage, so we're gonna keep going. All right, first order of the evening, 2.4 miles, $6. Let's do it. All right, this is a shop and deliver order, so I'm walking into Dollar General right now. Right, so I need to pick up 5 items. So it has me scan the items, guys.
First of all, shout out to this creator, shout out to this dad, actually going out after his 40-hour work week or 8-hour day or whatnot, and still putting in the work. A lot of people don't see the hustle that it takes for a lot of people to be where they want to be in life. Maybe he's saving, maybe he's investing, maybe he's just using it to take care of his family. But shout out to him, because this is the type of work nobody tells you to do. This is the type of work you tell yourself to do, and that's called responsibility. A lot of people lack that in the United States.
There we go. All right, so far so good. That wasn't so bad. Check it out. That seems pretty good. I just finished my first delivery. Now I'm going to 7-Eleven. I keep seeing comments telling me I should do DoorDash. So on my next video, I'm going to do DoorDash and see.
It's a hit or miss, believe it or not. UberEats, DoorDash, it depends on what area you live in. But one of the things, if you're out there and you're delivering food that I did, don't tell them I told you this. You didn't hear it anywhere. You didn't hear it from me, okay? Get 2 phones. If you have a significant other, if you have a sibling, if you have a mom and a dad, anybody that's going to allow you to have their DoorDash account, or you can create a DoorDash account for them, have 2 phones, all right? You can use a hotspot for the other phone. You don't have to have a phone service on, and you can double dash in the area that you know where all the restaurants are at. Therefore, you're making double the money. And I know people in the comments are going to be like, well, you're taking money from the other people. Look, you all complain about everything. The rich taking from the poor, the DoorDasher that has 2 phones taking away from the other DoorDasher that's waiting for an order. The way I think about it is, those who think smarter make more. Like, when you think smarter and you still have great work ethic, you make more money. And so I don't know if this is a thing that you can still do, but this is something that I have done over the past couple of years when I did DoorDash. two separate phones. You got DoorDash on both apps. They're two separate accounts. You hit ready and you wait for the orders to come in. All right. One order might be $6. The other order might be $10. You're making $16 within that period. Yes, you are driving to two separate destinations. And yes, you're doing the double work, but you're also cutting your half in time with whatever amount of money you want to make. Not only that, you can have multiple apps active on your phone, meaning you can have UberEats and DoorDash running on one phone, and then UberEats and DoorDash on the other phone as well, meaning you have 4 apps running at the same time, 2 separate accounts. Quadruple the money if you know where the restaurants are. It doesn't, I don't recommend you do that if you're in a city or if you're in an area where you don't know the restaurants like the back of your hand, because you're going to have to use your GPS and type in 4 different destinations. You know what I'm saying? So that can be very overwhelming. And what I used to do is when I picked up one order, I would put it in the passenger seat. When I picked up the second order, I put it in I would seat them like you would seat people in your car, right? The back seats, the right back seat, the left back seat, the middle seat, the floor, all that. So organize it like that so you can move a lot faster. All right, let's continue.
Accuracy. All right, it was definitely a little bit sketchy in there, but I'm fine. We're gonna deliver this stuff. It should be good. Come down the driveway to the screen-in area. It's pitch black out here at this house. All right, guys, I survived. Got another order coming in. Let's do it.
I'm not gonna lie to you either. Seeing those little single dollar digit orders come in is depressing as hell. Now, I don't know what his money goal is. The last time I did food delivery, my goal was $30 a day. Almost every day of the month. That was an extra $900 before paying for gas and whatnot. But what I would do is I would only put up enough money in my gas tank for it to hit a certain threshold. Maybe if it was as soon as the gas light turns on, I'm headed back home no matter what, because every night isn't equal. Every weather condition isn't equal. When it's sunny and nice outside, you're not going to get as many orders. When it's rainy, you're going to get a lot of orders. So it all depends. But I digress. Driving Uber, period, gives you more money. And it's because, you're driving around people, not a taco, right? So, but it's a little bit more unsafe. But if you're only doing it for a certain period, then I just encourage you to go that route, right? Suck it up. You get a lot more money. You make a lot more money in a shorter amount of time doing Uber as well.
And that'll be my weirdest one of the night, but hey, life is full of surprises. So there's Pizza Hut right in front of me, but I'm not seeing it. Oh, there it is. It's dark. All right, that took forever. It sure smells good though. I'm really starting to put a lot of miles in my car doing this so much.
Yeah, so that was one of the reasons why I say 2 separate phones, 2 separate accounts on divided between the 2 phones, because sometimes you will have to wait on DoorDash, and they try to spice it up a little bit and say, hey, if you drive for us and get paid hourly, then you get paid for your waiting time. Yeah, that's some BS. I mean, sure, you're guaranteed to make a certain amount of money, but I've seen in certain areas they can get paid $21 per hour if you work hourly on DoorDash, versus a different area that's a couple miles away. You get paid like $14 per hour if you work hour to hour on DoorDash. I ain't got time to play games like that. At the end of the day, I know people want their food. And again, if you know the town or the city like the back of your hand, you should be able to move rapidly enough for everybody to get their food on time, and you get paid quadruple or at least double the amount of money, because you have 2 separate apps on each phone and 2 separate accounts. All right.
Hello.
Hey, this is your Uber Eats driver. I'm looking for your place. I don't really see any numbers on the building, but I think I'm at the right spot right outside the door. Hey, oh yeah, it had me on the other side. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No, that's okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a great evening.
Yeah, you too. Thanks.
I don't know why you won't tell me that you're out there as opposed to inside. So.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm glad I found you. So.
Thank you.
Yep.
Have a great night.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You too. All right, I'm parked in front of the Steak and Shake.
All right, 1 second, y'all.
It is pretty slow tonight. Remember, I'm paid by the order, not by the hour. So
Yeah, so for those who don't know, DoorDash now has options. It's not new, but they have options. You can get paid by the hour, again, which is what I explained. The more hours you spend, the more money you're guaranteed to make per hour, which is cool. That's for people who really want a safety net. Oh, I know if I work 2 hours, I'm going to make $30, right? But for those who make money only by the order, you're not guaranteed to make $14 or $15 per hour. You get sent the orders, and one order might be $6. And if you decline it, then they'll mark you for that and be like, hey, you're not a top dasher. So they'll keep giving you orders that are typically lower quality. But I say perseverance. Like, you got to make sure that you know your numbers, how far you're driving, how much wear and tear is going to do in your car, how much, gas is it going to consume for your car. Every order isn't equal.
Yeah. All right, guys. For some reason, my Uber Eats is an hour behind. But as you can see, I started basically at 6:03 p.m., ended at 8:36 p.m. So I did this for 2.5 hours. I made $15.02. All right, so I did just...
Now that's crazy work to me. He just said he said 2.5 hours, yo? 2.5 hours, $15.
p.m. So I did this...
Yeah, 2.5 hours, $15. This is what... 15 divided by 2.5 is $6 per hour. $6 per hour. First of all, shout out to the dad that's doing this, man, because this is what most people don't do. All right, this is called humiliation, but in a good way, right? He's showing the struggle. He's showing the work that it takes for him to be in the position that he wants to be in, right? I've seen some of the people in the comments section actually say, there's no way I could do this, right? You do it if it came down to taking care of your family. You do it if you really wanted to accomplish your goals. That's the problem with most people in America. They complain about what they can't get. They complain about the rich. They complain about the wealthy taking away, but they never take advantage of the time that they have after they clock off. After they clock off, they're just a bot. They watch TV. They get entertained by sports and watching millionaires do their job, living a life that they would like to live on a screen, and then they clock in the next day and complain about Mondays. I can't live in that life cycle. And if you're that type of person, you might be offended. I don't really care. Let's see what the comment section has to say. Someone said, Walmart Spark Driver is way better. You make a lot more. I do it when I'm low on money. Yeah, I have never done the Spark delivery app, but one person said, that same person said, I made $300 in one day, morning to night. That's sweet. But you got to count in your profits and your expenses for sure. It's not $300 profit, I'm sure. But anyways, let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. Shout out to this creator. I want to go ahead and shout him out because he is actually a new creator. His name is Joel. This is his TikTok. All right. And he has 93,000 followers already just from sharing his DoorDash journeys while taking care of his family. He's a dad of 4, stay-at-home mom. Like, you got to do what you got to do at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you like the content. Let's get it. All right, let's go ahead and move into the third topic of today, which is, drum roll, U.S. food and how we're being poisoned from this fake food. It's a shame.
Is it just me, or is food not fooding right now? Like, I've been a chef for nearly 30 years. I went and bought some inexpensive $10 a pound 80/20 Black Angus to make burgers on the grill today. While it's cooking, the smell hit my nose, and I said, this don't smell right. I pull it apart, I look at it, I get it done, and then I realize it's like Play-Doh. See, ground beef, when it comes out of the extruder, it has strings, and you can see them in the ground beef. This was more like putty, almost like silly putty, like that slime that you see that they make burgers, like frozen burger patties with, institutionalized food. This is $10 a pound on sale, private selection, Black Angus, 80/20. And I'm gonna tell you, it crumbles like it. This ain't beef. You can fool me all you want.
That looks disgusting. Let me see what the comment section has to say on this, because how many comments did this one get? 24,000 comments. Someone said one of the most top like comments, 17,000 likes. This person said, chef for 25 years. Just in the last 5 years, I've noticed everything is different and so many fake ingredients and chemicals. People underneath that comment agreed. And one person said, this is why I want property to raise our own beef cows, dairy cows, meat chickens, egg chickens, and goats, and a mini greenhouse and outdoor garden. I'm good on all that. Like, I'd rather go to the farmer's market or hire a private chef when it's time to, and invest into one that actually gets organic grown everything. You know what I'm saying? And cooks with that. I'm good on all that, because you're signing yourself up for a bigger job. Let's be honest. Most of us work 40 plus hours a week. I ain't got time to be slaughtering no animals or anything like that. I'm good on that. You know what I'm saying? But let me know if you know somebody who does grow their own, if you grow your own, and what is your experience with it and why? Is this the only reason why, or is there more reasons why people are not wanting to get food from these bigger grocery stores because it's just fake? All right, let's continue on to the next video.
So I've had the ability to go into certain like big box stores recently, like several times a day. I'm talking about Costco, Sam's, BJ's. And one thing that has shown me, there is absolutely no way that anything, when I say, I mean anything.
I just hope that I feel like she's going to go ahead and say that anything is real. Okay, I am now a Sam's Club shopper, but
we're eating is actual food. Nothing. And I say that to say, when you see how much, first of all, I'm going to speak on Costco itself. That place is busy from the time it opens to the time it closes. I'm talking about shoulder to people just everywhere. Big items, everything big. You got shelves on top of shelves. When this pallet run out, they got a pallet right behind it ready to put out more food. The rate that we are over consuming, y'all. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm going in these stores several times a day. It's busy nonstop. Several times a day, we are over consuming. That nothing grows that fast. And I know what somebody gonna say, oh, it's farms all over the world, all that stuff. Yeah, all over the world, feeding them countries. Think about it. I mean, just really think about it. Think about the food that's going to every Costco in your city, every Sam's in your city, every BJ's just in your city. Just in your city. Then think about all the smaller stores, the Publixes, the Krogers, the Aldis, the Trader Joe's, or whatever store is in your area, Fry's, Safeway, whatever stores are in your area. Think about all the food that's going there too. Think about all the food that's on the shelves, all the food that's in the freezers, all the food that's in the coolers, all the food that's on its way. Then just think about the natural cycles of life. All of it.
Now, she's making a lot of sense here. The natural cycles of life is going to take a lot longer for a chicken to be born in order to be a size to where we're eating it, and it's a full chicken breast or whatnot. I'm not no farmer, but it's easy to say the chicken can be eaten quicker than it takes to actually grow a chicken.
Nothing grows that fast. This is like, I made a video a couple years back and I took it down because people were trying to come at me talking about, I don't know what I'm talking about. Human hair, nothing grows that fast. There is a natural cycle that these things have to go through, whether it's an apple, a carrot, hell, even growing a damn cow. Birthing and the natural process, nothing goes that fast. Even if you pump it with steroids, which I'm pretty sure they was probably doing that at one point. There's nothing.
I honestly believe they still are. I mean, why would they stop? You know what I'm saying? And I believe it's safe to say, the cheaper your food is, the more chances it is for you to obviously be eating some type of imitation meat. I mean, people eat imitation crab meat and they know it's imitation crab meat. You know what I'm saying? So I believe it's became a norm. And because the health issues aren't front facing until, later down the road, and then there's so many medications, and then there's so many possibilities as to why someone has a certain medical condition, possibly, that it's became a norm, right? And that funds big pharma as well. All right. So we always dial it back down to the money. We know it's a life cycle between these chickens and these cows and everything that people eat that's meat or even vegetables or even fruits. But at the end of the day, there's a life cycle as well to us. And it funds the health insurance companies. It funds, big pharma. It's a whole ecosystem. And obviously, the cheaper your food is, the more likely it is for it to be some type of imitation or altered with. That's just the truth of the matter. Now, the way I believe we should be going forward in this type of crisis is to be motivated to make that money. At the end of the day, y'all, I don't believe in looking at an issue and then accepting it for what it is if you know you can change it. We know we can change the conditions of our life based on the access of money that we have. How would you have your own farm if you don't have money? You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to have money to live a higher quality lifestyle. I don't agree with this type of thing, but I know I'm not going to be the one to change the world into giving everybody, actual authentic food and meat. What are your thoughts on this in the comment section down below, though? I want to know.
Can't grow that fast. I need people to really think about it. And everybody's saying, "Oh, eat healthy." Eat nothing. Nothing is actual food. You cannot convince me, bro. I'm watching people leave, come. Baskets full of paper towels, baskets full of tissue, baskets of apples, meats, big hunks and chunks of meat that's going out all day. They replace it with more. Where these cows? And let me tell you, I do see. I'm in North Carolina, so I get to go out to outskirts too. So I see farms and stuff like that. It ain't that many goddamn cows out there. Not enough to keep reproducing. It's not enough. You cannot tell me. I remember just sitting there, and I know people were probably looking at me like I was crazy. I was just sitting there in awe when it really just clicked. Like, bro, ain't none of this shit real.
So the question becomes, what are you going to do about it? That's my question. That's the question of the day. What are you going to do about it? Let's see what the comment section has to say. One person commented and they got 19,000 likes on this one. Someone said, in off-season foods, I remember in the 80s, you could not buy strawberries or watermelons because they were out of season. Now you can get no flavor watermelons and strawberries all year round. Yeah, GMO, 100%. I remember in middle school, I'm 27 years old. So middle school was about 12 years ago, right? Roughly 12 years ago. Let's just say that, right? I was 5. Actually, today's my birthday. So I'm 28. So anyways, 13 years ago, 13 years ago, I was 15 years old. I remember doing a lab where we got strawberry DNA and extracted the DNA from it. And I always wonder, I'm like, well, why would we need to extract strawberry DNA? Clone. Like, what would you do with strawberry DNA? Let's be honest. Like, you don't taste the strawberry and be like, oh, the DNA is so delicious. I wish I could sprinkle some strawberry DNA on this, cheesecake or whatever. No, it's literally cloning it. And this is how you get seedless grapes. This is how you get seedless watermelons. We already know this is something that's more of the past, but it's being re-brought up because social media. Now, if you want to live a healthier lifestyle, you're going to have to make more money at the end of the day. Or what are you doing to help yourself make sure that you're actually eating authentic food? Do you even care? I believe most people don't care. I do. Because if I have a chance to control an outcome, which is having a healthier body, possibly living longer, right? Then I'm going to take every chance of doing that. But you need to have money. You need to have money. Whether you want to own your farm, have a private chef, or have higher quality groceries, it doesn't matter. You're going to need more resources. Another person commented, Soylent Green, watch it. And, I don't want to get too deep into this, but I read the comment section a little bit earlier, and somebody was talking about how that might be some like human meat. It sounds disgusting. I really don't want to watch that. I'm very, very visual. I'm good. But if you've seen it, let me know in the comment section down below. Some details. I'm curious. Another person commented and said, y'all really need to look at ingredients. Yeah, most people don't even look at the calories in their food. So you know they're not looking at the ingredients. Half the time when you look at the ingredients, you can't even pronounce the actual word. You know what I'm saying? If you gotta look at the word and be like, damn, how do I pronounce this? You know it was made in a lab. I mean, let's be real. But again, most people just overlook it. They don't care. And that's perfectly fine. It all depends on what you set your standard to be. All right. Me, I want a higher quality life of living is when it comes down to food, when it comes down to living somewhere, location, when it comes down to driving the best cars, when it comes down to being the most fit. Like, I want the best of the best everywhere. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are comfortable. I'm just not one of them. Let's continue.
Is there anybody else scared to eat? I'm getting scared to eat. If I don't cook it myself, or if I don't know where the food came from, it's like I don't want to go to the supermarket anymore. I only want to go to those like vegetable markets where people bring in their produce and resell what they've grown at home. And I only want to get my meat from somebody who has a beef farm or a chicken farm. It's like I am scared to eat anything at the supermarket anymore. And God forbid I don't do fast food. But if you go do fast food, you better be really concerned. Is there anybody else?
Yeah, fast food is one of the places that we know that they definitely clone food at. I remember reading an article a couple years ago where it talked about KFC 3D printing their chicken. 3D printing their chicken. That sounds crazy. Now, I don't eat KFC. First of all, it's hella salty, so I'm good on that. But I do eat out sometimes, you know, Popeyes or Chick-fil-A. I know they GMO their food too, and they add all types of chemicals and stuff. But the way I think about it is, I ain't gonna be in this situation forever. I'm looking for a way out. I'm working on a way out, making more money, having multiple streams of income, investing into myself, investing into assets, investing into ownership, not just getting a paycheck and then spending the paycheck and then being like, well, this is the best as life gets. Like, no, I'm good on that. You know what I'm saying? I know there's some people who live on this earth that don't go through those type of problems, right? They go through rich people or wealthy people problems. I'd rather have those type of problems. A lot of y'all might hate on that in the comment section down below and be like, well, you can't solve every problem. Well, I'm going to solve every problem, or I'm going to look to solve every problem that I can possibly solve. So at the end of the day, your living standards, your living habits, they all dictate how your life turns out. If you like this type of content, make sure you subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let's get it. All right, we're going to go ahead and pull up on the last topic of today. This is one of the most exciting ones because it's a huge contradiction. McDonald's CEO apparently took a little baby bite of his own burger that they're trying to release and promote. And it doesn't look like he actually believes that it's a good burger. It's like something's wrong with this burger. Now, I ain't going to get it. You know what I'm saying? But if you get it when it comes out, let me know. Let me know in the comment section down below, you know. But let's go ahead and tap into it and see what they're talking about.
Chris K here with, you've heard about it, here it is, the Big Arch. This is something that we have tested already in Portugal, Germany, Canada. I love this product. It is so good. I'm going to do a tasting right.
Shout out to my people in Portugal. Look, sometimes my pronunciation ain't going to be perfect. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm human. Germany, they use y'all as guinea pigs. I mean, they use us as guinea pigs sometimes too.
Now, but I'm going to eat this for my lunch, just so you know. So here we go. First, holy cow. God, that is a big burger. We've got a very unique kind of sesame poppy sort of bun on it. We've got 2 quarter-pound patties, a delicious big...
I love how they're breaking this thing down. And his wording sounds like they're announcing the newest iPhone. Like, look at the gorgeous curves on this thing. I mean, the patty has sesame seeds. You don't even taste the damn sesame seeds, bro. Chill out. You shouldn't hype up a $3 burger, and it's not real. Let's be real. We know McDonald's clone. Come on, man. It's not even real meat. But let's continue on.
Big Arch sauce. And of course, some lettuce. So, there's so much going on with this. First of all, let's try to get this thing. I don't even know how to attack it. Got so much to it. Oh, there's also some crispy onions.
Yo, hold on. He is literally bluffing. It's not like he's bluffing at this moment. I mean, we know that he's about to take like this small ass bite, but he's talking about all the details. And like, let's be real, deep in his mind, right? He's like, I don't really want to bite this thing, man. Like, I'm the CEO. You know, I'm here to please the shareholders. You know, I don't. Come on, man.
On here as well, I see those kind of coming out. All right, the moment of truth.
It's like you just bit the bread, bro.
That is so good. That's a big bite for a big arch. It's distinctively McDonald's. Only McDonald's could do this type of burger, but it also is unlike anything.
No, pause. How many times have we heard, do you think you can make a better burger than McDonald's? Raise your hand. All right, you can make a better burger than McDonald's. Okay, so why is McDonald's so successful? It's not because they have the best burgers. It's because they're everywhere. You look left, it's a McDonald's. You look right, it's a McDonald's. All right? You look up, you see the McDonald's arch. And they're calling this burger the Big Arch. And he says, only McDonald's can make a burger like this. Cap.
Else on our menu. It's a delicious product. You know, you've got sort of the cheeses and the gooiness, but those crispy onions as well gives a nice texture. And of course, we've got the pickles. So I'm going to enjoy the rest of my lunch, but Big Arch.
Take another bite. Take another bite, man. Take another bite. Let's see what the comment section has to say. I think this one had 18,000 comments. Someone said, meanwhile, the Burger King CEO the next day posted this. They literally copied the content, and he actually took a big bite of the burger to promote the new Whopper that Burger King has. Now, for those of you who don't know, Burger King has created a new Whopper, a couple changes. I think they said they're going to add an extra ingredient or change the bun ingredients for it to have a different flavor. Whoop-de-doo. That's not going to make me buy a Whopper. But for those who have tried it, let me know. Can you actually tell a difference? Hopefully they didn't alter the meat. I don't know if Burger King's meat is real. Probably not. The Whopper is good though, but we know it's not the healthiest. Someone said millionaire try to act human challenge. Impossible. Yeah, another person said he doesn't even want to touch them. He doesn't even want to touch them. All right, let's continue.
The way the McDonald's CEO took a bite out of that quarter pounder or whatever it was reminded me of that episode of SpongeBob where Squidward takes the tiniest bite out of that Krabby Patty and it's like a close-up of his teeth. He did not want that shit. The way the McDonald's CEO...
2,000 people commented underneath this and said, I just pulled up the McDonald's CEO video. You didn't lie. Now go watch the Burger King CEO taking a bite out of the Whopper. Big difference. Let me see. Let's watch it. Ooh.
Not bad, right?
Only one thing missing. A napkin.
Look, at the end of the day, if you're going to promote a product or a service that you believe in, you got to make sure you actually enjoy it. I'm not even going to say fake it because that's fake as hell. You know what I'm saying? This is one of the reasons why on my YouTube channel, I've had people email me and reach out for sponsorships, and that's great and everything, but I've looked into it and I'm like, if I haven't used them, nor do I see a use for using them, then I'm not going to promote them. I'm not going to throw shit at a wall, per se, and hope it sticks. You know what I'm saying? Just for a few couple bucks, right? I'm going to make sure that if I promote something, I'm actually standing behind it, right? I believe in it because at the end of the day, you are in representation of that brand. So things you represent, people do follow. Obviously, McDonald's is getting lashback. I wonder where this is going to go. Because social media definitely made this blow up. But let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. Are you going to try the new Whopper? Are you going to try the new Big Arch burger? And if you have, how is it? And if you're not, why not? All right. Anyways, subscribe if you like the content. As always, I appreciate you all watching. I'm out. Peace. All right, that was a successful show. So if you guys like the content, again, subscribe. I forgot to put up my email so you guys can support, or not even support, but send videos you all want me to react to. I'm going to go ahead and have that pop up on the banner for the next show. So you guys can, email me clips to react to that you see that's a trend on social media, or something that you want me to react to, and something that's happening in the economy in the US. All right. Anyways, I appreciate every single one of you watching. Subscribe if you like the show, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm out. Peace.